BT-11 finally upon us, and it's time to make some new decks. We've got Ulfoce, we've got Black War Grey X, we've got many more, but today we're going to cover my favourite and the one that I've been playing the most at my locals, that is Ulforce. Let's get into it. Alrighty then, let's get into it. So we got the deck right here, we got the lovely Ulforce sleeves, we got the new map, we got the new camera angle. What more can we want? So, we're going to start ourselves off here with 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't ask me why I did that order. 4 Wanyamons, the new BT-11 blue egg, and what is to be the staple blue egg from my belief. This egg is just amazing because it's literally, if you have a blue Tamer in play, when you're attacking, draw 1. Beautiful. An amazing card. Works well for Ulforce, works well for Blue Dog, also known as Galgamon. And yeah, and then of course, I'm just going to throw the Demi V on top just in case, because it's a nice, when you unsuspend, gain 1000. That's during your turn as well. But it's only during your main phase, of course, but that's by the by. Next up, we have 4 of the new BT-11 Veedramon. Now, this little Veedramon does a very nice thing. He's one of your... he is your searcher for the deck. On play, reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 Digimon card with Veedramon in its name, and 1 blue Tamer card to your hand, place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Not only that, but his inheritance, when you play a blue Tamer, gain 1 memory. Perfect for this deck, honestly, because you're playing Tamers left, right and centre. Not only that, he's munching on some meat, and that makes me goddamn peckish. So, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh, the #1 food box delivery service company in America. Now, with HelloFresh, you get free pre-proportioned ingredients and recipes delivered straight to your doorstep, no matter what time of the year it is. Like, literally, beginning of the year, Christmas, Easter, the middle of summer, for God's sake. With over 35 recipes weekly, you're able to choose what you want and what you're looking for to fit your style, fit your diet, fit your calories, whatever. It's up to you. They offer a large range of veggie dishes, so that's on your options, then go for it, honestly. I have tried HelloFresh in the past, and I absolutely love it. One of my favourite meals was their pork meatball linguine. All of the ingredients came in the box, came pre-portioned, I just sorted them out that I needed for that day, and then got cooking straight away. It took at least 25 minutes to get that done. The convenience, the ease, the enjoyment just out of cooking the food instead of having to stress about buying all of the ingredients myself. To try HelloFresh, make sure to click the link below for a special limited time discount and free shipping as well. Now, let's get back to the video. Alrighty, he's our first rookie there as well. Next up, we're going to be looking at EX1 Veedramon. A nice staple for any Veedramon deck. Not only that, but also for any blue deck at this point, I'm pretty sure. Any blue deck that really looks at unsuspending itself. We're going to run 4 of these, because once again, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, during your main phase, gain 1 memory. Very nice. He's honestly going to be your go-to in your stack, unless you have this Veedramon as well, obviously, just because it's useful. But then on top of that, we've also got the Warp Digivolve Veedramon. This allows you to get back into the game if you lose your stack towards mid/late game. If your opponent has a level 6 Digimon on the field already, this Veedramon can Digivolve straight into UlforceVeedramon from your hand for a memory cost of 4, ignoring Digivolution requirements. Not only that, but its inheritance as well is if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, trigger draw 1. Nice, just gaining you that hand power back. He's the card that will get you back into the game. For our last rookie here, we have Strabimon. Level 3 Strabimon, whatever you want to call him. Now, he's nothing special. He's just another searcher that will allow you to search for a hybrid and 1 blue Tamer card. Honestly, he's mostly in there for the Tamer, because this deck has 12 Tamers in it. But he does allow you to pull out the Lobo, and that kicks off our lovely level 4s. We're gonna see what happens with our lovely level 4s here. So we're gonna run the new BT-11 Veedramon. 4 of them, of course, because why not? His main effect is during your turn, when you play a blue Tamer, draw 1. It's very nice, very nice. However, his inheritance again pairs very, very nicely with the Veedramon, or even the EX1 Veedramon as well. which is when you play a blue Tamer, gain a memory. You're looking at gaining potentially 2 memory off of the BT-11 Veedramon and the Veedramon here. Potentially 2 memory off an Ulforce stack. You can still get it off of the EX1 Veedramon as well anyway, so it's nothing too special. We've also got 2 filler Veedramons here. Sorry, I keep saying Veedramon, this is Veedramon. Our level 4 Veedramon champion here. That it's, during your turn, while you have a blue Tamer in play, this Digimon gains jamming. So we're not running the jamming Veedramon. That's because we don't really want to lose our rookie stack unless we have to. So here's the Veedramon that will allow you to swing with jamming if you have a blue Tamer. Give you the inheritance of the Veedramon, the Wanya, just in case, but it's got jamming as well, so you're able to swing, and if you swing into a Jesmon GX or a Death X in security, you live in that at level 4 stage. And it's very nice. Just another Veedramon in the stack, another search target for your Veedramon, or even your Tamers that we'll get into a little bit later. Now this is where Blue and just Ulforce in general has gone a little bit wild recently, because we're going to run 4 Leomons. Now you may be wondering, why Leomon? Why are we running a Leomon? That we'll get into in a little bit more depth a little bit later. But it's very nice because he is a blocker when you have a blue Tamer. Not even a blue Tamer, sorry. Just a Tamer in play. But on deletion you're gaining 2 memory, you're drawing 1 as well. So it looks like this deck is all about draw power. Well, it's not all about draw power. That's a lie. It's about building your stacks and getting your Tamers and... Hey, that's just Digimon in general though, isn't it? What am I talking about? So, let's jump into our level 5s here. Our ultimate Digimon. We're going to kick it off with the new BT-11 Aero Veedramon. Has a very nice effect of during your main phase, or just during the bulk of your turn when you're not attacking, once per turn, by suspending this Digimon, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and pull any Tamer cards. All blue Tamer cards out of those 3. If all 3 are blue, add them to your hand. What am I talking about? If all 3 are blue Tamers, add them to your hand. Christ, my brain is going all fast. But there we go, that's very nice, and we'll get into why that's kind of broken a little bit later. So there's our first level 5, and our second one, we're only running 7 of these. It's going to be the starter deck Aero Veedramon, which again we're running the jamming for level 5, a 7,000 jamming. It's very nice. Can't argue with it. Why would you argue with a 7k jamming? But it's his inheritance here that I really like, which is why I run this over any other Aero Veedramons that we see. Maybe even Aero Veedramon Zero, which I have seen a couple of people running. When you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gains security attack +1. It's perfect for the stack. It's perfect for what UlforceVeedramon does, and we'll get into that just a little bit later. In fact, he's the next card. And it's kind of insane. The only problem is, though, you need to keep 8 cards in your hand, and that's where things like your searches come into play, or even the Aero Veedramon from BT-11, where you can pull all the Tamers, keeping you that hand power. That's why Wanyamon, for goodness sake, is amazing, because you're drawing 1 every time you have a not every time you have a Tamer, but if you have a Tamer and you're attacking, you're going to get a card in hand no matter what. So those are our level 5s. We're running significantly less compared to our 3s and 4s. But that's not a problem because we're running 4 UlforceVeedramons here. I only have 2 arts, right? Leave me be. We're running 2 UlforceVeedramons here. 2? This is 4! Dear God. But let's get into the crux of it. He is obviously going to be your big boss monster of the deck. And his effects are, when Digivolving, you may play 1 blue Tamer card from your hand without playing its cost. Perfect! You're building up your backline, your stacks, the line that can't really be hit easily. However, during your turn, note this is your turn, when you play a blue Tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. We'll get into the combo again a little bit later. And finally, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, this is a once per turn effect, return 1 of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand. For every blue Tamer you have in play, add 1 to the maximum level. You have 3 if you have 3 blue Tamers out, you're bouncing a level 6. Like, straight up, you're just bouncing a level 6 straight away. There's no argument here, unless it has protection, obviously. Cough, cough, Blackwall Grey X, cough, cough. Every other goddamn card now, apparently. But that's nice, you can bounce a Death X, not that you'd want to, let's be honest, you want to swing over the Death X, but hey. And finally, here we're going to be talking about another Ulforce, which is the BT-2 Ulforce, which is kind of just a filler for now, because this is my Ultimate Cup deck version. I should have said that at the beginning. This is my Ultimate Cup version where you can only run single colour. Otherwise I'd be looking at running an Omnimon, potentially trying to find space for an Omnimon X off of the back of that, but you'd want to run the X antibody as well, but you can't do that. For Ultimate Cup you can only run a single colour, so you'll notice that all of these cards are blue no matter what. But yes, this UlforceVeedramon, the BT-2, when one of your blue Tamers becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon. So you're able to keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. And then also during your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain 1 memory. Tying in with the new Veedramon, not so much the Aero Veemon, but hey, it's fun times all round. You're just unsuspending and swinging, and that's where the starter deck Aero Veedramon comes into play with all of its security attack. With the bonus security attack, yeah. So those are our level 6s. Now we're going to start looking into the Tamers, and we're not going to quite explain the combos here, we're going to save that for a little bit later in the video. But we are running 4 of the new BT-11 Renashiminamanoiners. Shinamiya is her actual name. I'm just dyslexic and stupid. But this card, what have Bandai done with this deck? I know it's not the strongest deck in the format right now, but if Blackwall Grey X wasn't a thing, it had a very high possibility of being the strongest. On play for Rina here, Rina, whatever you want to call her. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon with Veemon or Veedramon in its name gain blocker and evade. Your 12k Ulforce is becoming a blocker, and he can stop being deleted 1 time. If he has evade, if he's not suspended already, of course, but that's wild. Not only that, but during all turns, when one of your Digimon with Veedramon in its name becomes suspended, by suspending this Tamer, activate one of that Digimon's when Digivolving effect. Let's just remind ourselves of Ulforce's when Digivolving effect. You may play 1 blue Tamer card from your hand without paying its memory cost. Okay, for those that you don't know already, you might start be thinking about this loop here. But let's just halt it there, because the final effect on this Rina, once per turn, when one of your blue Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain 1 memory. Whether that's at the beginning of your turn, whether that's when you're attacking during your main, whenever you play another one of these to force your Ulforce to unsuspend during your turn, who knows, but you're getting memory out the wazoo, especially if you combine it with this EX1 Veemon, or if you play another Tamer off of new Veemon, off of this one. What's going on here, honestly? But those are just... that's just new Rina. We're also playing 2 old Rina from BT-2, which is a nice searcher for any card with Veemon in its name. So you can search Ulforce, you can literally search any Veemon, any Veedramon, Aero Veedramon. It's up to you, honestly. But we run it for the main, for the your turn effect, where when one of your blue Digimon attacks, you can suspend this Tamer to give it plus 1000. We're running 2 of those because obviously Ulforce, not very strong, so he's only 12,000. So we need to kind of buff him up a bit more. So if you've got 2 of these out, you tap both when he's attacking. That's a 14,000 already. Speaking of just buffing our Digimon here, we're going to run 2 V-Tamer Tai Kamiyas. Nice little promo card here. 2 of these. Now, this card is unique because if you have a Veedramon on the field, you can suspend this Tamer to activate one of 2 effects, which is either draw 1, or one of your Digimon gets plus 1000. If we're talking about the loop here, you're going to want to tap these two first, swing, tap the two Rinas. Whatever, I'm going to say Rina probably because it's drilled into my head. But you can push Ulforce to 16,000 when attacking. And that's very, very useful because that's going to get over quite a lot of things these days. In fact, it gets over pretty much anything. On top of that, we're running 2 Jerry from EX2. On play, you may play a Leomon from your hand without paying its memory cost. That is where these 4 Leomons come into play. Because you're able to play one of these Leomons, it is a blocker, and it is on deletion, gain 2 memory and draw 1. So you're also you're spreading your board wide, getting those effects, stopping your opponent from wanting to attack, in just on the off chance that you actually have a Leomon in your hand. To round it off, we're running 2 Davis as our memory tamers, and also just a very nice blue searcher all round. Not much more to say on him. We know what Davis does, we know who Davis is. Getting down to our last 3 cards, we're running 2 blue memory boost. Again, just our very typical searcher, giving us 2 memory 1 turn later. If you're missing a piece, then hopefully you'll be able to get it, otherwise you can get more searchers, like the new Vmon, things like that. And then to wrap it all up, we're running 1 of the Ice Wall. No reason not to. It's a very nice security bomb. If your opponent hits it, you gain 2 memory. Otherwise, it's very nice at slowing down your opponent with its effect. I don't need to go into too much depth on it. We know what Ice Wall does. Now, as I was talking about earlier, there is a massive, massive, massive combo that will allow Ulforce to OTK. Now, I'm not an advocate for the OTK meta. I really don't like it myself. But just playing this card game here, playing it with an UlforceVeedramon, which, by the way, is just a cool-ass Digimon, let's be honest. I can't get over how cool he is. So let's build our stack quickly. It's not a very big stack, it's not a deep stack, we don't need it to be. Only 5 cards tall. There's our stack. I'll just shift everything else over. And let's start off nice and simply at Aero Veedramon. We're going to swing with jamming, and we're going to pretend like we have a Davis on the field already, right? Maybe we have a V-Tamer tie as well, because why not? Maybe we already have these 2 Tamers. Let's think of it like this. So we're going to swing with jamming. We're going to do the opponent's check. We're going to draw 1 off of the Wanya. Nothing special. It is jamming, so unless it's an option, we're going to hopefully really survive this. Because we're suspended, we're going to Digivolve into UlforceVeedramon. As it's suspended, we're going to draw, and hopefully we have at least one of the 4 new Rinas in hand. We're going to play that new Rina off of the Ulforce when Digivolving effect to unsuspend. We're going to gain 1, 2 memory off of our stack, and 1 memory off of the Rina that we just played, because we unsuspended a Digimon. Not only that, we can also now bounce a level 6 Digimon that our opponent controls, thanks to the Ulforce once per turn your turn effect. This allows us to then swing again with UlforceVeedramon. Not only that, but it has block and evade as well. If we have more than 8 cards in hand, we're getting 2 checks, which is very nice. However, because we suspended a Veedramon, we can tap the Rina Shiminoina. I'm never going to say it right. If you ever fight me, I'm sorry, right? And if you have another one, you can play another new Rina onto the field. Once again, unsuspending, we don't get the bounce, but we don't gain the memory of our stack, or the old Rina that we had on the field already, but we do gain 1 off of the new one. Say those 2 checks went through. Happy days. If you swung with the jamming first, your opponent's already down to 2 security left. You can swing again for 2 checks if you still have 8 cards. And you can tap the Rina once again to play any other Tamer at this point, but we're going to just show another new one because why not? To unsuspend and gain the memory off of the new one. If, for example, you were to hit a... Because we don't have jamming, if you were to hit something that is like 17,000, I know that's not possible, but if if there was something that was 17,000 or something that straight deleted your Digimon on the field, you would be able to evade it, as long as it wasn't DP reduction, you'd be able to evade the attack, the deletion effect, and if you had a new arena on the field, still unsuspended, you can suspend that, and just play another one to unsuspend her. Unsuspend the Ulforce even. Gaining the memory off of the new played arena. Yada yada yada. But that's basically the loop. Now, I mentioned that the other UlforceVeedramon was quite not balanced. Where did I put him? So, the reason that he's quite not balanced is, although we're not gaining the security attack +1 like the starter deck one gives us, we are able to suspend him first, not sacrificing our stack, by the way, and search for top 3 cards, which hopefully would be Tamers in this case, so you can take all 3. And then Digivolve into Ulforce, doing the normal loop from there. The only problem is you're just 1 attack behind, of course. Not only that, but if you end up playing the new arena off of the when Digivolving effect to unsuspend, do the shenanigans that he does, giving him blocker and evade already, when you attack on the next one, if you had an old arena on the field, for example, UlforceVeedramon allows you to activate the arena's on-play effect. This means that you can either search, or you can give blocker and evade to another one of your stacks. Honestly, having 2 of the new UlforceVeedramon stacks it's even more not balanced. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's such a good deck, such a nice deck. I'm not an advocate for OTK, but in this sense, it's amazing. Like, it requires you to have the cards in hand, it requires you to have the brain power and brain capacity to be able to function and do the OTK. Unlike Red Hybrid, where it's just like, I'm going to slide this guy forward, swing 1 time, and then play another hybrid. I mean, yes, we run the hybrid for game, but what deck doesn't run hybrid for game these days? Hey, that's just the Ulforce way, and I am happy and I'm excited to see how it performs in Ultimate Cup. I'll see you there. Alrighty then, that was UlforceVeedramon in its new current state. BT-13 makes it even stronger as well with the addition of Ulforce X Antibody. It's not even BT-13, I'm pretty sure. BT-12 adds Ulforce X Antibody, which is beautiful because that means that we can potentially start taking in Jesmon GX, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Let me know what other BT-11 decks you want to see. I can probably borrow them off of friends, because I'm poor, I don't have that much money. But let me know what you want to see, I'll get them out there. As of right now, thanks for watching. Peace!